I don't know how to start a video, but I'm hootless, and this is Stardew Valley Ultimate Chef episode 16, where we're finally in fall, and I pretty much got all of the stuff we need from fall done almost immediately. I caught both the fish, which was the sea cucumber and the salmon. Still missing one fish from winter and some fish you get through crab pot fishing, and I think those are year-round, so that's not a problem. All the crops are planted, plus 100 cranberries, so we can get some money. Got the forageables that we need, the common mushrooms and the hazelnuts, and that was basically everything we needed from fall, so, you know, that's all wrapped up. Yeah, just, you know, quick episode of progress, basically. Got a whole bunch done that we needed to get done, and means that we can basically just cruise through the rest of fall, getting the recipes as needed. I'll probably go back next episode to quickly skipping through days, since there's not a lot going on at this point, and we'll just, you know, scoop those ingredients that we need up. Continuing to raise people's opinion of me slowly. I started kind of doing Shane today because he only needs 3 hearts. Should probably also get Pierre done since he only needs 3 hearts as well, but we'll get to that because it'll be a lot easier when I can make, what are they like? Sashimi, I think? Sashimi and coffee, and pretty much everyone likes one of those too. It'll be a lot easier when I can do that. Which reminds me that when we have the money, I need to upgrade our house, plus I have to get the animals, and it's going to take quite a bit of money. So I'm glad I bought 100 cranberries because we will need that money. In news that isn't Stardew, I started working on a Terraria mod, actually, and it's going, like, kind of well. Just ages ago, like a year or more ago. I think the original post was 2 years ago now, or like a year and a half. But there was a post on the Terraria forums for a suggestion for an alternate to the underworld biome. And the alternate suggestion is called the River, and it's all like Greek themed and, you know, blue essence-y, spiritual, flame-looking thing. Like ectoplasm and that kind of thing. Basically, you know, the Greek underworld rather than the standard underworld that we would see. And I thought that's a really cool idea, and it's probably never going to get implemented, and nobody has made a mod for it yet, so I'm going to make a mod for it. So I started making my first ever Terraria mod, and like, aside from a few small hiccups, it's actually going fairly well. I've got a lot of blocks implemented, and by a lot I mean like 7. I know I got like the workbench, chair, dresser, chest, I have a list, but, you know, I don't need to go through every block. Got a lot of blocks in, and new ore, it's called Nethicite, replaces Hellstone. Plankte is kind of in. I still need to figure out how to make a custom liquid so that I can replace lava with ether in the underworld, and then have an interaction between water and ether where it creates Plankte, which is the equivalent of obsidian. And that's pretty much the entire mod, really, is like, everything is pretty much a direct swap for something from the standard underworld. There's a few unique items, but for the most part it is just swaps so that it's directly equivalent, and I think it's interesting still. Like, it doesn't add a lot of new content, but it does make it more refreshing in a way, because, you know, instead of seeing the same underworld items every time, and it's always like, now we gotta go to the underworld and get Hellstone, so we can make molten armor, fight the wall of flesh, get molten tools. You know, instead of that, it's like, let's go down to the underworld and we'll see what's there this time, whether it's the underworld or the river, and we'll get appropriate things. And it's still basically the same progression, but it looks different. And plus, I like the aesthetic more for the river. So, working on that. And, like, the hardest thing I've had to add so far is the mortality debuff, which is, like, the ethereal sword replaces the fiery greatsword. It's not called the ethereal sword, it's called the ethereal executioner. But it replaces the fiery greatsword, and when you hit an enemy with it, it's supposed to apply the mortality debuff, which will also be applied when you step on aging blocks, such as, like, Nethicite bricks and that kind of thing. It's like the equivalent of the burning thing from Hellstone and related things, but instead it's more built around, like, aging. So, what the effect is meant to do is it slows you down by like 50% and does damage every second. Basically the same as Hellstone when you stand on it, except it also slows you down. And in addition, the Ethereal Executioner is meant to apply it on hit, and I actually got that working, so now I have like a sword that you can make that applies that. So that's really cool. And that's pretty much it, and we're coming up on the end of the video, so hopefully you guys all enjoyed watching this as usual. If you did, remember to like, comment, subscribe. I love reading your guys' comments. It really brightens my day. If you want an easy way to support my channel, check out my humble partner link in the description below. Helps out me and helps out Child's Play, which is an awesome charity. But other than that, I will see you guys all next time.